The apostles said to the Lord, "Increase our faith." The Lord replied, "Were your faith the size of a mustard seed, you could say to this mulberry tree, 'Be uprooted and planted in the sea,' and it would obey you. Which of you, with a servant ploughing or minding sheep, would say to him when he returned from the fields, 'Come and have your meal immediately'? Would he not be more likely to say, 'Get my supper laid, make yourself tidy, and wait on me while I eat and drink'? You can eat and drink yourself afterwards." Must he be grateful to the servant for doing what he was told? So with you, when you have done all you have been told to do, say, "We are merely servants. We have done no more than our duty." Why do you stop at a red light? Because it's the right thing to do? Because it's safe? Because you're frightened of being caught if you don't? And why do you pay your taxes, assuming you do? Because you value what the government do with your money? Because you're worried they'll lock you up if you don't? Why do parents feed their children? Because they love them? Does why we do these things matter, as long as we do them? Does it matter whether you give up your seat to someone on a bus because they have a greater need of it, or because you're worried about what people will think of you if you don't? I think the gospel is making the point that our attitude to doing the things we do does matter. We may be uncomfortable in our day and age with the image of a demanding master and his undeserving servant. And I don't think it would be an image that Jesus would use today. But the parable still contains the same truth Jesus shared with those who were listening to him. It's a parable that speaks of relationship. It draws on the relationship of master and servant to say something about our relationship with God. And it warns against our being motivated by the hope, worse, the belief we deserve to be rewarded for our efforts. The problem with using images drawn from human experience, whether ours or those from the ancient past, to illustrate something of our relationship with God, is that they can't represent that relationship perfectly. Whether that be between master and servant, parent and child, even husband and wife, they all contribute something to our understanding of our relationship with God, but none of them express it perfectly. For me, the image that I find most helpful is that of creator and beloved creation. All that we have and all that we are, we owe to the one who created us. But that's just my favorite image. You probably have your own. The life we were created for isn't a life of certitude. At least, I don't think so. I think it's a life intended for love and joy. Love one another as I have loved you, Jesus says. And I tell you this so that my joy may be in you and your joy be complete. Love and joy. We do what is right and good and true, not because we're frightened not to, nor because we hope to be rewarded if we do, but simply because that's what we were created for. That's what offers us the greatest experience of God's love. Not that God loves us anymore if we do. That wouldn't even be possible. God already loves us perfectly, completely. But living as God intended is what enables us to know God's love more fully. We don't earn God's love. It's given freely and completely. But it is in our responding to that love that our experience of it will grow.